Hello and welcome to a Pilates class to help you unwind and relax. Whether you're using this towards the end of your day or you're using it as a cool down, I hope you really enjoy it. Let's begin on hands and knees. Shoulders stacked above wrists, hips stacked above knees. Think about lengthening the crown forwards, lengthening your tailbone away from your crown to find a nice little bit of stretch and length down the spine. Start to take the bottom back towards the heels as you settle in for child's pose. You can stretch your hands a little bit further forwards to the end of your mat. Relax the forehead to the ground. Take a deep breath. And two more. Bringing the body weight forwards again over the hands and then sinking back to child's pose. Body weight forwards over the hands and back to child's pose. Body weight forwards over the hands, shifting the hips and back to child's pose. Body weight forwards, starting to find a little bit of gentle movement, strength and heat in the shoulders, supporting your body weight forwards and back. Two more rounds. Stretching back into child's pose. Spread your finger pads wide on the mat. Push your mat forwards as if you're trying to push it away from you. And lengthen your sit bones back towards your heels, feeling this gentle stretch down both sides of your back. Take a deep breath. And find your hands and knees position. Start to take some gentle circles to circle a bit of load through the wrists. Finger pads spread wide, a little bit of an arch in the fingers to help support the weight. Change of direction, circling the other way. Bring some weight back off the hands, give your hands a gentle shake out. Back to hands and knees, and we find our cat-cows. Lifting your spine toward the ceiling, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, rounding through the spine there. Taking a back bend, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, look ahead of you, open collarbones. Inhale. Exhale to round the spine, tuck tail, tuck chin. Inhale into back bend. Exhale into forward bend. Inhale into back bend. Exhale into forward bend. Inhale into back bend. Exhale into forward bend. Two more. Feeling that connection through your hands and your knees. Supporting the body as you flex the spine. And we come back to a more neutral spine. Start to thread the needle. We lift and twist through the ribs and thread through and under. Inhale as you lift and twist. Exhale through and under. Trying to keep the hips stacked above the knees. Let your breath guide you. So the more steady you can keep your hips and your bottom, the more twist you'll get into that thoracic. Come for one more. And place the hand back on the mats. Changing sides. Inhale as you lift and twist. Exhale as you thread through and under. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale as you thread through and under. Again, the idea of just keeping the hips and the bottom fairly steady. Couple more movements. One more breath. Coming to hands and knees. Similar movement, but we're going to take our leg out to the side. So you want this ankle somewhere in line with your pelvis and hands back on the mat. Tuck your back toes underneath you and then gently sit your bottom back. You'll feel a good stretch in the inner thigh and also underneath that supporting foot. Weight comes forwards again and weight sinks back. Weight comes forward, weight sinks back, weight comes forward, sink the sit bones back to the heel, weight comes forwards, good, one more like this, sinking the weight back, and bringing the weight forwards, keeping the leg in position. We're going to take the opposite hand, it's going to stretch up, and then it's going to thread the needle. So come through, twist through. Now the supporting hand that's just sort of in front of your face on the mat, you're going to take that, lift it up towards the ceiling, and then bind it behind your back. Try and find your hip or your waistband and breathe. Two more breaths. Replace the hand back in front of the face, push back towards hands and bring the foot back in. We're going to change sides, so stick your leg out to the side of you so it's just in line with your hip and start sinking your weight back towards your heel and bringing the weight forwards again. Stretching back to the heel, bringing the weight forwards. Feeling that stretch in the groin and that stretch under the supporting foot. Bringing your weight forwards again. Opposite hand lifts and twists, and then we use that to thread the needle. See if you can bring the side of your head and your shoulder toward the mat. The supporting hand, which is still on the mat, sort of just in front of your face, take that one up to the sky and then bind it behind your lower back. Reach for your waistband or your hip and breathe. Nice deep breaths. Breathing wide into the ribs and the belly. Hand back to the mat, two hands back to the mat, and bring the leg back in. Well done. Let's come to sit. You can sit on your bottom or in a block, wherever's comfy. We're moving into side bending now. Take one arm, stretch it high, and then bend up and over. Think about keeping sit bones grounded. If the hip and the sit bone starts to lift, that's fine, just bring it back down. And actually think about lifting the rib cage away from the hip bone so that you get this stretch in the lower part of the waist. Breathing deeply. Realign your top shoulder blade. So draw that down your back. It will start to open the frame across your shoulders. If your neck is feeling any tension, you can maybe just look down towards your knee. Keeping with our theme of threading the needle, start to lift and twist your chest. So shine your chest upwards towards the sky. And then thread underneath your armpits. Lift and shine your chest. Thread the needle under the armpits. Lift and shine. Threading under. Lift and shine. Threading under. Once more, we breathe. And we return back through side bend and back through to the center line. Wonderful, onto the other side, so lifting your arm, stretch up and over to side bend. Grounding through those sit bones, visualize the rib cage lifting away from the hip bone so that we get this stretch into the lower side. Drawing shoulder blades down to open the front of the frame across the shoulder girdle. Deep breath. Lift and shine your chest, inhale. Thread the needle, exhale. Inhale, lift and shine. Exhale, needle thread. Keeping sit bones in contact with the floor. Two more rounds. And last time. Gently come back through side bend and rebuild your spine. We're coming to lie down for arm openings. If you find it more comfortable, you may prefer to grab a block or a cushion for the head here. Come to lie down on mats and roll over onto your side. As you roll over onto your side, you want to tuck the knees forwards and stack the knees so one is above the other. You've not got your back knee kind of rolling or sliding backwards or forwards, so you're kind of directly above one another. Ankles together, okay, and hands are going to come palms touching and lay out in front of you, resting the head on the mat or on a block. I want you to imagine that you're squeezing a piece of paper between your knees, so you're keeping them stacked and keeping them together. Top arm starts to then lift. Keep squeezing your paper, and you want your rib cage to do most of the heavy lifting here. So opening the ribs, opening the chest, keeping the paper squeezing between the knees. It might be that your top knee has slid back here, which is a sign that your hips have also come out of neutral. So knees together, which means hips stacked. And then closing the palms. Okay, so that's the movement for arm openings. Squeeze the paper between the knees, open through the ribs, get that twist in the thoracic, and then closing the palms. We're allowing our head to roll, so the gaze will turn up to the ceiling, and then closing the palms. Inhale as we open and breathe into the rib cage. Exhale as we close. Inhale as we open, paper squeezing between the knees. Exhale as we close. You do not have to open your shoulder to painful ranges. Most of the work here is aimed in that thoracic twist and that opening and space in the rib cage. Feel that nice flow of the movements. One more time. Changing this into an arm circle. So this time circling your arm down past your hip, starting to open the thoracic into your twist, circling all the way up and over to close the palms together. Taking that nice low movement with the arm, circling around. Bringing the hands back together. Lovely, finding that nice roll and opening of the ribs. The other way, so take the arm up high this time, above the head, Opening out through the rib cage, circling back through past the hip, palms to touch. Have you still got your paper between your knees? Taking gentle breaths. Let's just go for 1 or 2 more here. I love this arm opening sequence. There's a nice flow and sort of lethargy to it. It's really good. Wonderful. Rest there. We're going to start rolling over onto the second side. So bringing your body through the centre and rolling onto the hip. Again, knees together, piece of paper squeezing between the knees, ankles together, hands out in front of you and relaxing the head onto the mat or onto a block. Starting to open your shoulder, twisting open through the ribs, keeping the knees on the ground. Closing the arms when you're ready. So inhale, opening through the thoracic. Exhale, closing. Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. And allowing the head to roll and the gaze to turn upwards. Ankles stacked. Knees squeezing paper. And again, remember the goal here is that rotation in the mid and upper spine and that expansion into the rib cage. Yes, you get a bit of shoulder movement, which is nice, but that's not our primary goal, so don't feel like you have to overdo the shoulders. Let's go for 2 more. And then moving on to 4 circles in each direction. Start to take the arm down beside the hip, opening into your circle and closing the palms together. Nice, flowing in that circle. Letting the arm guide you, letting the rib cage open, keeping the paper between your knees. Thinking about a change of direction, so circling that arm the other way. Palms will come to touch to finish. And then gently roll yourself onto your back to lay in a comfortable position for you. It might be legs out, it might be feet walked in. Relaxing the hands either on the tummy or on the mat beside you. Allow your shoulders to come down away from your ears. Think about lengthening the back of your neck a little bit. And then take some breaths. Start elongating your exhales. Elongating the exhales signals to the brain to start reducing the heart rates and starting to send your body into a mode of relaxation. If your mind wanders, that's okay. Just bring that wandering mind back towards the breath, lengthening the exhale. Gently flickering the eyes back open. Give your fingertips a wiggle, give your toes a little bit of a wiggle. Gently rolling onto your side and pushing yourself up through to a seated position. And let's take a stretch up, a breath in, and circling the arms. Inhale, stretching. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale to release. I hope you've enjoyed today's session. I hope you feel relaxed. I hope you've managed to unwind. And please join me again for another video and another session soon. Thank you.